Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, Mostly Paper Crafts. In today's video, I have some card and other project inspiration for you using the September Scrapbook and Cards Today sampler. I can't wait to show you what's in the sampler, and I can't wait to get creating. Let's dig into this month's sampler. So it always comes packaged in a nice cardboard sleeve, and we get a card with a quote. You always gain by giving love. And then on the back, we can see all the products that are included. And this month our collections are from Cartabella and American Crafts, with a special product from Close to My Heart. And then of course we have the acrylic word that goes with the quote that you can use on a special project. I always like to start with the stickers and the ephemera and stuff. So these are foam stickers. They've got some nice gold foiling on some of these. And then some little pieces here. I love when we have sentiments because I always use my kits for card making, so I always need sentiments. I really like these little sticker dots. They're like mirrored, which is something I haven't seen before. Little mirrored dots there. And then there's a ton more stickers. I feel like this sampler was just loaded this month. So these stickers have some gold foiling as well. And then we have these nice border strip stickers. And one more sheet of stickers. A lot of these with a summer theme. We have a couple of small papers, and then all of the 6x6 papers. So 6 each from 2 different collections. I'll show you the fronts and the backs. I like this muted color palette. We're kind of getting into the fall season, but between summer and fall, I feel like these are just the perfect colors for right now. I'm very excited as I'm looking through this. I know I'm going to be able to create a bunch of awesome cards using this month's sampler. Lots of things I can use as sentiments here on this last sheet of this collection. Now, this other collection is textured, so it has a similar color palette. It's not the same, but it's similar, but this paper is textured, which is really nice. I love the strawberries. Polka dots. This floral is beautiful. This might be my favorite page so far. I really like these postage stamps too. More florals. And then some tags that could be cut out. Or the blue flowers on this page are really pretty too. So lots of choices, lots of great things here. The last thing that was included in the sampler is from Close to My Heart, and it's numbered dies. So it's been a little while since we've had a die in the sampler, and to get a whole big set like this feels really special. I feel like the cost of these dies was as much or more than I paid for the whole sampler, so it really feels like a bargain, especially this month. So when I went through the sampler, I had a feeling I would be able to create a lot of projects, but look at this. This is insane. So let's take some time and look through the things that I was able to make. Some of these designs are simpler than others. I really liked this color combination here between the floral and the check pattern. The sentiment is adorable, and then I paired it with a dark green card base and popped up that front panel on some foam to give it some dimension. This is a similar design, but a smaller sentiment here, smaller ephemera piece. Obviously, we've got some different colors. I added one of the gold paper clip stickers. I thought that looked cute with the notebook paper background of that sentiment there. This one's on a bright yellow card base. Using papers from the other collection, I really liked the stamp background, and then this 2x3, I think it's 2x3. Piece from the collection. I did mat this on a thin red frame, and then went through and did some faux stitching with a red marker just to kind of tie that all together. This card is flat. There are a couple of little stickers that were included on there as well. In this card, I paired a couple of the pattern papers with this square was cut out of one of the 6x6 papers. I was able to get 9 squares out of that, and I used most of the sentiments from them, and on some of them I just used the backs. But that little square is popped up on some foam to give it some dimension, and then this is actually on a craft card base, but the card front is a nice yellow textured cardstock. Next up, this card is not a traditional size. It's a little bit smaller. It's 4 by 5.25, 4 by 5.5, 4 by 5.5. And I really liked this floral print. I think that may have been my favorite print from the whole sampler. So I wanted to use as much of it as I could. We've got some yellow cardstock, some green textured cardstock, and some stickers from the sampler. And this is on craft. Moving on, this one's on a light peach card base, and I used a die from my collection. It's just an oval that was actually framing a fancy window. We've got more of that check pattern here, and this is a sticker. It's a foam sticker, so I didn't have to add anything to that, but that gives that some nice dimension. Nice and simple, but I think this is a cute little card. I think my second favorite pattern paper from the collection was this Forget-Me-Not pattern here. I used a sticker, well, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stickers, 5 stickers to finish this card off. I did put the Lovely Sentiment up on some foam. This was already on foam. These stickers are flat. These long patterned stickers came in really handy as I was creating. And then I have a thin green textured border around that, and we're just on a white card base here. On some craft, I did use a Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle die on the background of this one. I really like those little houses, and I imagined from the very beginning lining them up in a row. So I have a couple of strips of the patterned paper and a few of the stickers. I thought the Wish You Were Here would be really cute with like a little neighborhood. So that's kind of what I was trying to create here. And then I added one more of those butterflies inside. On my last A2, oh, actually, there's 2 more. One of my last A2 sized cards, again on a peach card base. I really like this light peach color, and it's textured. But this Congrats is a sticker. And then these are the little mirrored adhesive circles. I'm not exactly sure what to call them. I haven't seen these before, but they're really cool. I like those a lot. Thought they went well with the polka dot background here. And then I matted the red polka dots onto some white just to give that a little border. This was my favorite A2 card, and I loved the pattern of this paper with the birds and the leaves and the colors. So it's on a dark green card base. We've got a yellow mat around, a thin green strip here in the middle, and then our sentiment is popped up on some foam. We've got more of those little mirrored dots there. I have a few more cards to show you. This next one is a custom size. I created this card around this remaining piece of pattern paper. I really liked it with this sticker, Celebrate the Tiny Victories. So I just created a mat, and then I created a card base that would look good with that size mat. Added a little sticker on the back just to finish that off. Now, I don't know why I never thought of this before, but if you take a 6x6 sheet and you cut it in half, you get a 3x6 sheet, which is absolutely perfect on a mini slimline. So a mini slimline has dimensions of 3 1/4 by 6 1/4. So when you put a 3 by 6 sheet on the front, you just get a nice border all the way around, and it's just such a pleasant card size. I just love the way that it looks, and it's great for all sorts of different things, and it just never occurred to me. So I'm definitely going to be making a lot more of these mini slimlines by just cutting my paper in half and then filling in the rest however I see fit. So these designs are pretty simple here. We've got more of the stickers. I put this sticker onto some craft, and then I fussy cut around it, and then I did pop that up on some foam to give it some dimension. This one I didn't really want to do much to because the pattern is just so cute, and I love this truck with the flower pots. So I took a stamp from my stash, just a note. I stamped it onto a little scrap of the blue check, added a couple of strawberry stickers and some foam to pop it up, but I didn't really want to take away from the background here. I almost left this totally blank. It's just adorable the way it is. And here's the rest of that blue check paper with another one of those long stickers. This sticker again was put onto craft, fussy cut, and then I added some foam to give it some dimension. I was really pleased with the simple design for these, and I'm definitely going to be making more like that. Now, I recently purchased this die set from Honeybee Stamps. It's the Market Cart, and it's such a fun die set. It does take a little bit of time to put your whole design together, but I'd created this card with it when I got it a couple of weeks ago. And I couldn't help but notice on one of our patterned papers, there's a flower card there. And I knew I really wanted to use that with this. So what I came up with was creating an envelope liner for a card. And I think that I'm going to redo this. Well, not redo this, but I'm going to make another one of these cards that has this same color palette, and then I'll use this envelope to correspond with that. And then I also put one of the postage stamp stickers on the front, and this will be something I hand deliver, or there's plenty of room for real postage there. But I just loved how that paper coordinates with this die. Now I made a bunch of full-size cards, but I also made a collection of tiny cards. So these are 2.5 by 2.5. And what I really like about them is that you get the patterned paper on both sides. And then I did just trim down little squares of, it's sort of an ivory color. It's a little pinkish to put inside so it'd be easy to write a message. And I think that giving a little collection of these to someone as a gift would be really sweet. So there's only 3 that really coordinate well with each other. That might be a little too small for a gift. I guess for a small gift, you could wrap a ribbon around this and then give it to someone. But I think it'd be really nice to have 5 or 10 that coordinated, and then just cute little note cards to gift. There's a couple more. So this one's just on yellow, but I still did put the little square on the inside so it's easy to write a message. Use one of the little rainbow stickers on the back. I really like the sentiment, "Where would I be without you?" I think that's super sweet and a great way to give someone just a little thank you. So there were 5 of these total. Okay, but we're not quite done yet. Okay, so I'm still not quite done yet. My next projects are bookmarks, and I make these every month. I use the same die from Avery Elle every time, and I really like the dots around the background. I just think it's a cute die for bookmarks. So on this one, I'm using patterned paper, and I only did 1 layer. It's thin, but the paper's not that thin, so I think it's hardy enough to make a full bookmark. We've got a sticker and a "You Are Enough" sentiment here. I love this pattern paper. And then for these 2, these do have a front and a back that are glued together, so they're a little bit heftier. And I just loved some of these papers and I didn't want to cover them up. So we've got a scrap here with a couple of stickers. And then I left the forget-me-nots alone on the other side. And then for this one, I've used 4 stickers. I think this would make a great bookmark because it has these great reminders on it. And every time I would see something like this, I would be reminded of, oh yeah, it is a good day. And yes, I can do this. And then the other side is just craft. Okay, so still not done, but we're getting close to the end. I decided this month that I wanted to make some simple tags, because I thought it would be a great way to use up some of the remaining stickers and the scraps that are left. And these could be added to a gift, or they could be used on a card, they could be put into a scrapbook, whatever. And I think I'm just gonna start a little collection of tags that I'm making using scraps. I really like this last one. So these two are obviously just paper scraps, but for this larger one, I used a bunch of the stickers that were left that had things that I really wasn't going to use. Like if you see these circles underneath this strip here, those spelled out summer, but I wasn't going to use that anywhere. So I thought, oh, well, if I just cover up the word summer, then I can kind of get this cute little border around it. And then these 3 in the back here behind this paper scrap, they had sentiments on them that weren't going to be any good for a card for me. They would look cute in a scrapbook, but I'm not doing that much scrapbooking right now, and I wanted to use them up. So by layering them behind this, I just get this interesting design, and we can't see any of the letters or the words there. So I thought that this was a fun design for a tag, and of course it's got several layers and then plenty of room to write on the back. For my last project, this one is tiny, but I just think it's so adorable. I loved these little houses, and I just pictured them on a tiny little gift bag tag. There's room inside to write who it's to, who it's from. I used some patterned paper on the back, and just look how sweet that is. And that's it, I think. So that's well over 20 projects for this month. So what didn't I use? I think these dies are awesome, but I really couldn't think of a use for them that would go with the cards that I was making. I will definitely get use out of them because I could easily create birthday cards that have the date on them or the age of the person, and I think that they're an awesome size, and I don't have anything like this in my collection, so I'm excited to have them. I just haven't used them yet. And then as far as what else is left in the sampler, there's really not much. I really challenge myself to use as much as I can. For paper scraps, this is it out of all those 12 sheets. So I felt pretty accomplished. I feel like I could have kept going with some of these small pieces, but at some point you really just got to cut it off. You got to say, you know what, that's enough. I've done enough. That's plenty. I liked this. I didn't use it, but I'll keep it and use it later. I only had 1 foam sticker left, which again, I'll probably use later. I used almost everything on this whole sheet. We've got 1 little binder clip there. A couple more strips on this sheet, which I will keep, and then a couple of sentiments here on this sheet, which I will not keep. But that is, gosh, I used a lot of stuff. I created a lot of projects, and what a great value. This sampler is something like $14 a month shipped. It's awesome. I mean, I created over 15 cards, plus all my mini cards, bookmarks, and my tags. Now, when I do these challenges, I really try to limit myself in the additional supplies that I'm using. So for this month, the only additional things that I used were, of course, card bases and solid colored cardstock, which I always do, but I used an oval die. I used my bookmark die. I used 1 stamp, and I used my Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle die here, and that's it. Everything else was in this sampler. I'm always impressed with what I can get out of this. Oh, and I used foam tape. So if you want to include that as a supply as well, I did use some foam tape on a few of these to give them some dimension. But wow, SCT keeps blowing me away. I had so much fun creating with this sampler as always, and I love doing these little challenges because it really pushes my creativity. I have a ton of other new goodies to play with because the new Hero Arts kit just came out. The new Lawn Fawn release is coming up. I just got some new stuff from a couple of other companies. So stay tuned if you want to see more card inspiration videos. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm also getting ready for our tea party engagement party, and I've been making some projects for that. So I'm excited to share those with you too. I hope that you have a wonderful day and go make something beautiful.